Modded. Hi guys, Andy Work here. Deadline is for submissions is the 13th of every month. The movie is uploaded on the 15th. And just a request, just attach your images to emails, call them image 123, whatever you want. Do not send me links to Google Docs because it simply will not let me download images. It's a nightmare. Right, first up we've got Andrew Kay, and he's decided to build himself a blaster inspired by the Tusken Cycler from Star Wars that's powered by a drain blaster. The main body of the blaster is built from laser cut plywood. That's very nice having a laser cutter. And has been epoxied and sandwiched together. I've then applied a dark stain to the main body. I also challenged myself not to include any new 3D printed parts and build with leftover parts from previous builds. That's a good idea, I do that all the time. There's also a fair amount of electrical tape, bits and pieces, of a Mega Centurion and a lot of hope. It also has a sealed breech. So he says it's not really Nerf battle practical, but it might get style points, and I can agree with him there. It's a pretty wild looking thing. I don't know if it's actually proportionally to scale, but you know, having seen Star Wars, I know those things have got a long barrel, but it looks pretty cool. It's a really interesting way he's done it, and putting the embedding the priming handle down in the buttstock there, that was very clever. Very, very interesting approach to having a single shot blaster with a telescope of all things. Nicely done. Next up we have one from somebody who's just calling themselves BZ. And I can, in a way, understand their wish for anonymity when you see what they've produced. I've attached pictures of my horse Jolt. I took a Fortnite unicorn microshot, chopped off the horn and painted it up. I love jolts and my daughter loves horses, so I decided to do this. I have a second Fortnite unicorn and plan to doing another one eventually. Okay, so it's actually something they produce for Fortnite for some reason. I don't know, I'm not that much into Fortnite, but this to my eye looks weird. But if nothing else, it's a very nice, neat paint job. And I would assume it's pretty small, so it's nice and concealable, but it's just bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. What better term than horses for courses? Well done, mate. Okay, next up we've got Edward W. And this, he says, is the base is a Nerf Fortnite IR. I took the cowling in the front and the pump grip from a Nerf Super Soaker. The barrel scope and drum are all Nerf accessories. Then sanded and primed it and give it a really good coat of yellow. Then added some vinyl lettering using my new circuit machine. Well done on getting a circuit machine. They're immensely useful. I love the lettering. It's really nice. Some of that looks very, almost alien, I believe it is. Yellow just dirties up so well. Really, really like the way it looks. And even that, the front cowling off the Super Soaker makes it look just so interesting. And it hides that silly, cartoonish, out of proportion thing they do for these Nerf Fortnite blasters. That really turns me off, but that looks really, really well done. He's actually made something that I would use. And I'm quite envious of the weathering on it. It's really nicely done. Yes, Edward, you're coming along nicely. Well done, mate. Well done indeed. Moving on. Right, here we are with one from Foam Dart Dad. And this one, he says, this is a new blaster, the Game Face Try-On. The only internal mod that I'd done is I added a scar barrel and safety delete brought from the Foam Pro Shop. I'm assuming he means a safety device. I'm not sure. So he's added a lot of tactical rails because he loves tactic things on tactics and tactics. He loves building that up. So, okay, fair enough. All the printed parts I found on Thingiverse. Oh, yes, there is quite a few. I do like the raised tactical rail at the top. That's really nicely done. Altogether, there are 10 or 11 additional rails. I also printed some standard sights and a spring spacer holder. I ordered some safety stickers from Temu and placed them in spots I found that I needed a bit of pizzazz. Her name is Red Warning. Hits like a truck, ranges from 130 to 200 FPS depending on the spaces. Okay, wow. Yeah, I love all the stickers all over it. The colour's really nicely balanced away. It's all just basically two colours and spread out nice and even. Nice, safe orange barrel, yep. Very nice work, mate. Very nice. Right, next up we've got one from Francois from Montreal. And he says this is not as flamboyant as my others I sent you, but it's a fun one that he's proud of. He started with a zombie strike alternator, and the first thing he did was change the grip, finding the original one a bit too small. Yeah, quite common on Nerf pistols. I used one from a Fortnite SR was left free from another project. He added a tactical rail because he always likes his Steampunk Nerf to have them. So he's cut a hole in the plexiglass and put the rail underneath and just screwed it down so it's holding it on really tight. And then secured the plate with glue. And small screws. Goes over the top just like me. And added a nice false faucet handle and also a gauge from a marker in Etsy, from a maker in Etsy. Then it was time to paint to set the tone. Added a few greebies here and there and mounted the gears with small change in between to give a more mechanical look to the project. Obviously the blaster is still perfectly functional, which is pretty impressive for the amount of stuff he's got stuck on it. And I sent a few pictures showing different scopes that can be used with the rail and the way it changes the whole feel of the blaster. Hope you enjoy it. Yeah, I do. It's a pretty impressive looking piece as is. The amount of work he's put into it, and okay, Steampunk's not my cup of tea, but I'm planning to do one of them anyway. I like the way the chain, I mean, this is Nerf straight from the shop. They put it in so it runs around and holds the blaster together or operates it, and he's just built on that with all these chains and pulleys and wheels. Really nicely done. Okay, next up we've got Gary Asprey, and he's got another one of his nice little short carbine things. I really like the size and compactness of these and the blockiness. It's just suits my taste down to the ground. He said this is an SMG that follows the theme of the Chimera 2, which I think you remember as his previous one. The SKS-10, SKS standing for Short Kinetic System, is a heavily modified demolisher with an integrated top of a Raptor strike that houses a voltmeter and momentary on-off switch, and a Pantiatane rail to mount the red dot sight. Okay, I've never heard of one of them, but it must exist. He's done it. It has a removable battery stock. Oh, that's a clever idea. Upgradable motor cage to 42 Morpheus cages. Kraken motors and cyclone wheels. The LED eyes on the skull on the front are connected to the motors so they glow when the blaster is revved. Oh my God. The effort, the detail this guy goes into. Named Barnacle as it is owned by Davy Jones. Right, okay, excellent work. I mean, love the colour scheme, nice solid black and also red safety play. He's an electrical genius, Gary, with, you know, rev counters and on-off switches and, oh, it's amazing. And then you got the little skull at the front. When you read the rev trigger, they light up. I mean, that's just this sort of like demon-esque on another level. Just psychological terror in Nerf games. We need more of it. Well done, Gary. I really like the look at that. I might have to copy that shape, you know, steal the whole idea off you. But shh, don't tell anybody. Right, now this last one is from Yan R. Now this is the build that caused me to ask everybody not to send me stuff via Google Drive, because I've only managed, and I don't know how I managed it, to get 2 images. And it's a Gecko, it's called Gecko Rebecca. That's all the image I have because I can't see anything else on the Google Drive page, and I cannot download any of the other 9 images he sent me. In fact, I don't even know how I managed to download this one. But as you can see, it's up to his usual standard. It's beautiful colour scheme, really complimentary, lovely weathering and all these little stickers and stuff, and even a nice simple sort of high-techy background to put it on for the photo. Really brings it all together. He does some impeccable work painting-wise and cosmetic-wise, but unfortunately I cannot show you any of these other images. I don't know how I got the last one for the last movie, but this time Google Drive just did not want to even talk to me. So can't say much more than that it's wonderful. I have no information other than it's a Rebecca handgun from Edge Runner, a Gecko knockoff with a 12 kilogram turf spring. And that's it. Right guys, you've been waiting for 4 months, so here we go with the draw. Here's the names of the entries. We've got 36 and off we go. Okay, here you can see all the names. They're attached to a piece of styrofoam which is screwed to a wooden board on my potter's wheel, and when I plug that in it'll spin around and I'll shoot a Nerf dart at it with some paint on the tip, and whoever gets hit wins. Okay guys, got the wheel finally working, so let's get the trusty red back. Here we go, and here's my dart with some paint on it. Yes, we got a hit. Let's see who the lucky winner is. Oh, Matt Dyer. Well done. Congratulations, Matt. You've just won yourself a custom painted Nerf blaster. Okay guys, that's it. I'll get in touch with Matt and work out what's going on. And big announcement soon on my Facebook page as well. See ya.